Hey. I'm just waiting for people to join. Sound off in the live chat if you can actually hear me. Ayo, Casey can hear me. I was not at Miller the other day, so I just have to like every Venmo payment I get. So that's why I'm gonna be on my phone this whole time. Oh, I do have to unlock the Google form. Thanks for reminding me. Good call, good call.
Hi.
Hello, we're streaming
Are you?
on the internet.
Arshin says, or not Arshin, Eric says when he clicks on it, he can't.
I mean, I don't know what Eric's problem is, but Casey Fee can hear me.
Alright, well, who's that?
It's someone in the live chat who said we can hear you.
Okay, well, I'm coming through.
Eee! I forgot to unlock the Google form.
Which one?
The answers.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And then when he says when he clicks to this. Okay, so then is it? I don't know. I don't know why it's like, so when you go to your at the YouTube. So this is YouTube.
Yeah.
If I want to click play, it does that.
That's super weird.
So,
Can you pin a comment in the live chat?
can you pin a comment? Or people click the link? Yeah. Click the link. Oh man, that's so sweet. Like,
Yes, I did open up the Google form now too. Thank you for reminding me to do that, because that would have been a disaster.
okay, disaster.
Disaster.
Man, I should have poured red wine into this. I don't know how much can people hear me?
Probably a good amount.
Sound off in the live chat.
Sound on the live chat if you can hear my co-host. I cannot pin comments. I can remove them. Should I remove my own comments?
Or just keep commenting. Keep sending the same comment over and over again.
Yep. They can hear you.
They can hear me? Oh, wait. Yep, co-host. Squeaks again.
Law. It's fine.
Oh, that,
It's cool. Just don't say anything dumb.
Huh? No, I say the funny stuff, and you never get it.
All right, we're gonna give. Thank you. People love the green screen. It was kind of a big pain in the ass to put together, but I did it. I did it myself with no help
it
from.
must've been a pain
tons
to
of people.
find it, though.
Yeah, it was mostly just a pain to find it.
Funny stuff. Come on in. Or not.
All right, so I'll give a few more minutes to get people joining. I know no one's ready right away. I will silence my phone though. Okay.
Oh, I should probably. Am I?
But I will be monitoring the Bullet Train Twitter and the Instagram and my DMs if you are having problems and need to reach out to me. Those are the best ways to do it. Also the live chat. All right, y'all. Let's move on to the rules, I guess, and then people can join once they get here. Rules. All right. Thank you all for coming, those of you who are here already, and thanks in advance for those of you who are not here on the stream yet. Yeah, welcome to the third edition of Bullet Train Trivia Home Edition. It's been a lot of fun the past 2 times to be stuck inside because of a pandemic, and so just gonna keep it going. The rules. Rule number 1 is no Googling, internet searching, or asking Jeeves for your answers. Pretending this is just like normal bar trivia. You know, it's not just who can Google the answers, because then everyone would win, and that'd be no fun. So just use the honor system. If you don't know the answer, guess. This is a fundraiser for Bullet Train, and half of the proceeds are going to the Seattle King County Coalition on Homelessness. So I would like every player to send $5 to $10 to either PayPal, captains@bullettrainultimate.com. Choose sending to a friend, so neither of us get charged a fee. Cash App, Hat Polland, or Venmo, Pat Holland. Yeah, that's also the honor system. Each person on your team should just do that, or you can do it as one big chunk for the whole team. I'm not going to track you down, so just do it if you're participating. You can have teams of up to 6 people, because it's more fun to have more teams. Again, this is all the honor system. And you can use Hangouts, FaceTime, Zoom, whatever to work together. Some people do phone calls. Really, it's up to you, whatever works for you. And then at bullettrainultimate.com/trivia, and also in the description of this video, there is a Google form. I want you to submit that at the end of each round, once per team. If you, between rounds, I'll give you a cutoff point. I'll give you like a 1-minute warning. Beyond that, once I start going over the answers, I won't be able to accept any more answers. So just make sure you submit some answers. Some answers are better than none. I don't take points off for blanks or for missed questions, so it's better to guess. Better to guess than have something blank, because you might get lucky. There are 4 rounds, 12 questions each, so 48 total points. The final category was chosen by the previous winners, 6 feet with the hair. So if you win, you get to pick a category for the next one, whenever that happens to be. And don't be a jerk in the live chat. Oh, I also wanted to say I don't take points off for spelling. So if you spell something wrong, but we can tell what you mean, then we'll give you credit for it. And like I said, this is the honor system. This is just for fun. This is to raise money for our hopeful, fingers crossed, upcoming Ultimate season, and for a nonprofit in solidarity with our unhoused neighbors and neighbors who don't have stable housing. So I'm getting a lot of my phone's blowing up right now because everyone's sending me money on Venmo, so I have to like every single one of those. That's the rule. Ooh, message retracted.
Yeah. It didn't get my first message.
Ooh, phone blowing up. Alright, so I'll stay on this slide for a couple more minutes just to let everybody join, and then we'll get started with the first round. All right, y'all. We'll give like I said 1 more minute. There's some new viewers that might be not in the live stream yet, so we'll give them a couple minutes to get situated. Isn't technology fun? Nothing's ever easy. Never works the way it worked last time.
Say hi to the Seattle Coalition team.
Oh yeah, I'm wondering if the Seattle King County Coalition team is currently in the chat or in the stream. So hi, and if you're not here yet, hi when you get here.
Oh, yay!
Hey, that's awesome. Well, let's be honest, they're the ones I care the most about, so I think we can get started knowing that they're here. All right. I think we're about that time. If you do join late, you can submit late. We'll do a recap and stuff. Wow, a lot of coalition teams. That's so awesome.
That's so fun.
All right, let's do it. Y'all ready for this? I can't get feedback from you like quickly, so I'm just gonna go for it. All right, round number 1. The category is All Geek to Me. Question number 1. Who became the first Canadian to perform an EVA or spacewalk on April 22nd, 2001? Who was the first Canadian to perform an EVA or spacewalk on April 22nd, 2001?
Extravehicular
Activity. EVA stands for extravehicular activity. Question number 2. In The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, what animals leave Earth before its destruction with the message, "So long and thanks for all the fish"? In The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, what animals leave Earth before its destruction with the message, "So long and thanks for all the fish"? Question 3. What is Anakin Skywalker's mom's first name? Question 3. What is Anakin Skywalker's mom's first name? Question 4. What famous character was created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster? Shuster. Famous character was created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. Question number 5. What is the world's highest grossing media franchise?
Any mean tweets?
No mean tweets yet.
No mean texts.
If you send me a mean tweet, I'll read it out loud, but or maybe I'll just cry about it.
Yeah. Be easy in the live chat, but texts are fair game.
Yeah, because I can remove them from the live chat. Question number 5. What is the world's highest grossing media franchise? Is Chris saying I should slow down or that I'm going too slow? I guess I'll just keep going. And in 30 seconds, he'll answer me. Question number 6. What is the name of Gandalf's horse, the Lord of all horses?
Go faster. Great speed. Oh, thanks, Casey.
I'm getting all kinds of feedback. I'm going to go with Casey because Casey's telling me what I want to hear. So, thanks, Casey. Question 6. What is the name of Gandalf's horse, the Lord of all horses? Yeah, I get to make the question, so. There was a Lord of the Rings question in the Lord of the Rings category last time.
What?
There were 2 of them.
No, they're all 2 of them. Media franchise.
Yeah. So, question regarding what constitutes a media franchise, as it refers to question 5. I believe the definition was like has a TV or movie or some sort of multimedia like contingent of it. So question 6 was, what is the name of Gandalf's horse, the Lord of all horses? Question number 7. What comic book characters are known as the original dynamic duo?
Not the ambiguous name.
No. Not those ones. Not like these. What comic book characters are known as the original dynamic duo? Question 8. What QWERTY alternative was patented in 1936?
Fun fact. QWERTY is the computer's name in VeggieTales.
That is a fun fact.
Yeah.
I hope you all heard it because I'm not going to repeat it.
And they need to ask QWERTY what the Bible verse is of the day.
I can't.
Tell you.
I mean, I can't verify this. I've only seen one episode of VeggieTales.
Did it stick with you?
I don't think QWERTY was in it.
It's always at the end. Remember Larry Silly Songs? Silly Songs with Larry.
Well, that one stuck with me. All right. Question 8. What QWERTY alternative was patented in 1936? Question 9. What fictional planet is the homeworld of both the Autobots and Decepticons? Sound off in the live chat if you can hear my kitty. He wants to come in here, but he'll destroy everything, so he has to stay outside. Not like outdoors. Like, he's in the house, but he's Can't come in this room. We got some meows in the live chat.
Oh man.
Good kitty.
He is a good
He
kid.
just wants to hang out.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get an appearance from him later.
Bored Samson.
Is that the real Bort Sampson? I know it's a really common name. All right. Question 9. What fictional planet is the homeworld of both the Autobots and Decepticons? Question number 10. What toy accounted for 10% of all sales on eBay by 1995 and is considered the world's first internet sensation?
Young Britney.
Yeah, that's a high praise.
Hot prize.
Oh, I think I know who Bort Sampson is.
Who is it?
Hi, Ben. Sorry for pulling up your spot on the live stream, exposing your identity. Question 10. What toy accounted for 10% of all sales on eBay by 1995 and is considered the world's first internet sensation? Question 11. What is the best-selling video game console of all time?
He's a good kid.
Good, he's such a good kitty. He's supposed to hang out. There's nothing wrong with kitties wanting to hang out.
Nothing wrong.
And I would love for him to come hang out, but he just destroys everything when he does. And I know you all can't see this, but everything is very precariously perched in front of me. So one cat would cause a lot of chaos in here. No mean tweets yet. Lorenzo's message? That's, I think he's talking to his teammates.
Oh. I was like, I don't know.
I was like, did I freeze? Because I stopped moving for a minute because I was looking at my phone. And no, it looks like we're good. Question 11. What is the best-selling video game console of all time? And question 12, last one of this category. What 1983 film used the working title Blue Harvest to shoot in secret? Secret. Oh, I think I'm getting some mean tweets. Oh no, it's just a little friendly trash talk.
Virtual boy. Trash talk? 12 easy.
I remember a lot of people saying 12 out of 12 easy last time, and
Very
nobody
easy,
getting
but-
12 questions right, so.
If any.
All right, so question 12 was what 1983 film used the working title Blue Harvest to shoot in secret? Here is a recap of all 12 questions from this round. I'm going to give you all about 3 minutes to finalize your answers.
3 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to say 1 minute, but it's actually going to be closer to 6 because I'll get sidetracked. But 1 minute from right now to finalize your answers, submit them, and then we're going to move on to do the answers from this round. If I don't get your questions, if I don't get your answers before I start going over the answers, we won't accept them. So make sure you get them in. I'll give you a 10-second warning. If you don't know the answer and it's time's running out, I would say just submit with a guess. Like blank answers are obviously going to be worth 0 no matter what. But if you put a guess in, you might get lucky. So get in those answers, folks.
Just might get lucky.
I'll play Minecraft on my phone while you are all submitting your answers. I don't actually have Minecraft. Sounds like we're getting some funny ones.
No.
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 Hey, spelling doesn't count.
Yeah. I guess.
All right. Get those answers in. If you have not submitted your answers yet, please do. Did you send the answers to the other
Oh.
graders?
Yeah, I need to do that.
We have some other people helping us grade this time, so it should be a little bit faster than last time, which took forever. Oh, actually, don't send them to them yet,
Oh, okay.
because I might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally forgot.
Yeah. That's a good thing you didn't, because it was been a bummer if they saw all the answers. Yes, actually, Allison, the next 3 categories are all Shakespeare. So I always like to start off with one nerdy category and then go straight into Shakespeare for the rest of the day. Everyone else can attest to that. All right, 10-second warning. Submit those answers. I do have a lot of nicknames, so I think it'd hard to narrow that down to only 12 questions.
I haven't used yet. My nickname. Oh, whatever.
You're doing great. Words are hard. McMillions. Okay. Yeah, they're ready. All right. So we're gonna cut it off here. Submit your answers like right now if you haven't done it yet. Just whatever you got, send them in because we're gonna move on to the next part, which is the answers for this round. All right. Looks like there's a lot of answers in, so.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
So I'm assuming everyone's good. If not, you're gonna just have a 12-point hole you have to dig out of for the next 3 rounds. So.
Well.
All right. The answer to question number 1: Who became the first Canadian to perform an EVA or spacewalk on April 22nd, 2001? Answer is this handsome gentleman, Chris Hadfield. Also known for his viral videos online, like the one where he played Space Oddity on the guitar in the International Space Station. And also the one where he cried in space, just to show you where the tears don't run down, but it just made me feel sad because he was crying. Question 2. Oh no, I screwed up. Alright, well, there's supposed to be a question here, but it's what animal, in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, what animals left Earth before its destruction with the goodbye message, so long and thanks for all the fish? The answer is dolphins, as you can see in this GIF here that I accidentally covered the question with. I hope it's not all of them. Good thing I know all the questions. Question 3. What is Anakin Skywalker's mom's first name? Shmi. Again, we're not counting for spelling, so if you get close enough, we'll accept it. Spoiler alert. Question 4. Are you on the Slack too?
Yeah.
No. Question 4. What famous character was created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster? Superman. I always thought in this comic he was smashing this car against a rock. I guess I don't really know what he is doing, but everyone looks terrified.
He's saving. The car was falling on his face or something.
Just smashing the car. He's a menace. He must be destroyed. Question 5. What is the world's highest grossing media franchise? This one's probably a little bit of a curveball. Pokemon. And bonus points if you can name every Pokemon pictured
In the live chat, go.
in the live chat before I move on. Question 6. What is the name of Gandalf's horse, the Lord of all horses? It's this handsome horse. Shadowfax. Question 7. What comic book characters are known as the original dynamic duo? Batman and Robin. Oh, this one got covered too. I guess all the gifts are going to be weird. This one was, what QWERTY alternative was patented in 1936? The answer is Dvorak. Question 9. Question 9. What fictional planet is the homeworld of both the Autobots and Decepticons? And that is Cybertron. A specified fictional planet to give a little bit of a help. Question 10. What toy accounted for 10% of all sales on eBay by 1995 and is considered the world's first internet sensation? Beanie Babies. It says it twice here in case you couldn't read the first one. And question 11. What is the best-selling video game console of all time? PlayStation 2. And unfortunately, we're not accepting PlayStation or any other numbered PlayStation. You gotta say PlayStation 2 to get this one right because they are different systems. And finally, what 1983 film used the working title Blue Harvest to shoot in secret? And that is Return of the Jedi. We are not accepting Star Wars, unfortunately, because Star Wars came out in 1977. All right, so that was round number 1. We are finishing the grading right now. We're going to hang out on this static page for a second so we can get the score updates in, and then...
Do you have questions?
Oh, I do have a question. Pull that up. I like to ask a fun little question, like what do you discuss in the live chat?
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Full disclosure, I'm not going to read your full team name if it's a paragraph long.
What is this? They realize I have to put that in every time, right?
Oh, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier for us to grade these answers if you spell your team name correct or the same way every time. So if you put in a really long team name, make sure you put it in the same way next time. All right, let's see these questions. All right. So a little sound off in the live chat with what is your favorite trilogy? Doesn't have to be of movies, but movies are just more trilogies of those. I would say probably the original Star Wars trilogy for me. That's the obvious one. I mean, I'm not gonna deny that the Pitch Perfect trilogy is not amazing.
Yeah, Mamma Mia 2. It's not a trilogy, Mom.
Mamma Mia and Mamma Mia 2, and then watching Mamma Mia again is probably my mom's favorite trilogy. All right, do we have all the scores are in? All right. Let me find my cursor here. Keep it clean in the live chat, folks. Oops. All right. So we're just going to go bottom to top. The scores here. We got Peanut Butter Puppies with 1, Human Beams with 3, Great Dame and McRage Rents in second place, Terrible at Trivia, parentheses Shia LaBeouf, and the Pacific Midwesterners all with 4, Fergie's Bitches, Shinkansen, Team Mother's Day 2, and The Away Team all with 5, Drac Ack Ack Aculas with 6, Fat Winston, Pandemic at the Disco, The Quarantine Steins, Save the Last Chance for Me, Seattle Quarantine Parade, and Stone Cold Jane Austen with 7. Stone Cold Jane Austen also wins Best Team Name.
I don't know. I like them.
COVID Murder Hornets, Just Give Her, Much Ado About Butt Stuff, Natalie Portmanteau, and Racing Babies, 6 Feet with the Hair, and Terrible at Trivia, all with 8.
You have to read the whole thing.
It's covered. All right. So Racing Babies' full name is Racing Babies. No, seriously, it's Ben from Binghamton. Remember? Pat, you were there when I got the Subway ad? That was weird. True story. Fart Bucket, General Cornwallis, and Golland Hurls with 9, and Fun DJ, The Only One You Love, in first with 10. Still early, though, so it could be anyone's game now, especially because the next categories are all just crazy nonsense that no one's ever heard of before. All right. Round number 2. This theme is no theme. So let's get started before this static starts giving me a headache. Question number 1. What sport was invented by James Naismith in 1891? Oh, it's getting too hot in this suit, so I'm gonna take this jacket off. Question number 2. Alright, sorry, that was question 1 was what sport was invented by James Naismith in 1891? Question 2. What phrase was added to the Pledge of Allegiance in 1954? Question 2. What phrase was added to the Pledge of Allegiance in 1954? Question 3. What is the world's largest toy company by revenue? Question 3. Largest toy company in the world by revenue. Question 4. Only 3 countries in the world do not use the metric system. The US, Myanmar, and what? In addition to the United States and Myanmar, what country does not use the metric system?
Sound off in the live chat if you're into the metric system.
Sign off in the live chat if you use the metric system. My roommates have set up a barricade to prevent Kitty from getting downstairs to come meow outside the door where I'm streaming this. So it looks like it's working.
He's an angel.
He's the best.
He's such a angel.
My son. Question 4. Only 3 countries in the world do not use the metric system. The United States, Myanmar, and what? Question 5. Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization, is a historical region located between the Tigris and what other river? The historical region of Mesopotamia is located between the Tigris and what other river?
He's a nice tie. Very Christmassy.
My sister likes it.
'Tis the season.
'Tis the season for a Christmas tie. It's like my family thing or whatever. Question number 6. Who was the first person accused of witchcraft in the Crucible? And also in the actual Salem witch trials. Question 6. Who was the first person accused of witchcraft in the Crucible?
Witchcraft and wizardry.
Question number 7. What is the name of the series created and presented / narrated by Rod Serling? What is the name of the series created and presented by Rod Serling? Question 8 is, what film won Best Picture at the Academy Awards in 1977? Oh, yeah. One time I will do that. I will have 12 questions with the answer. They're all yes or no, and the answer is always no. But that is not this day. It just does that sometimes. I just try to ignore it so it doesn't freak me out. Question 8. What film won Best Picture at the Academy Awards in 1977? Question 9. What is the nearest major galaxy to the Milky Way? Question 9. What is the nearest major galaxy to the Milky Way? Question 10. What is the name of the narrator of Moby Dick? is the name of the narrator of Moby Dick? And question 11. What person's signature is on the moon twice? I'm looking for their last name. Just the last name of the person whose signature is on the moon twice. People watching the live stream have see me making weird faces and have no idea why. Question 11. What person's signature is on the moon twice? Again, looking for their last name. And question 12. What does the first letter of each of the previous 11 answers spell? So I know spelling doesn't count, but it's going to make it a lot easier if you spell them all right.
Also, if you spell this one right.
Also, if you spell this one right. All right. So question 12 was, what does the first letter of each of the previous 11 answers spell? And here is the recap for the no theme category. I'll leave you on here for about a minute. Get your answers in. You can start submitting them whenever you're ready. People are accusing me in the live chat of making trap questions, and I'm like,
It's a trap.
you're not wrong.
It's a trap. I think they're probably Seattle Quarantine Parade. Oh.
Alrighty, get them answers in. This one, I'll give you maybe a couple of seconds longer on this one, or a minute longer, because you might feel compelled to go back and revisit some of your previous answers. So, just whenever you're feeling good, put them answers in. 13 out of 12 easy. Lots of people got 13 points in this one. I don't know how they managed to do it.
Man, doing great. Nice to see they. I'm gonna change this to be just really.
Ben, we changed your team name to just Racing Babies, so just do Racing Babies from now on.
Oh, he did that, so I'm like, cool.
Okay. Alrighty. Looks like we're looking for about half of the teams still, I think. So get them answers in. we're missing?
Um,
All right. It looks like we got most of the answers at this point. So if you have not submitted yet, I'm gonna say submit them now. Give you like 10 seconds, and then we're gonna cut you off. So get the answers in. Click submit.
yeah, there's one more. There's one more.
Alrighty. So I think it looks like we got them all. So we're gonna move on to the answers for the no theme themed category. Question number 1. What sport was invented by James Naismith in 1891? I mean, he's got a basket. He's got a ball. That's basketball, baby. Question 2. What phrase was added to the Pledge of Allegiance in 1954? Here's the pledge in case you don't remember. And there's the answer. The answer is under God. Question 3. What is the world's largest toy company by revenue? That's Lego. Also known for making Eggos. Question 4. Only 3 countries in the world did not use the metric system. The United States, Myanmar, and what? And if you're familiar with their flag, you would recognize Liberia's flag.
Not Texas. We'll keep that word.
Texas only has 2 bars, I think. Texas and Chile are the ones that are really similar.
Yeah. Big one created the
There's a lot of very similar flags. All right. Question 4, answer was Liberia. Question 5, Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization, is a historical region located between the Tigris and what other river? Here's a little map. It's hard to read the rivers, but the answer is the Euphrates. Hope you remember your 10th grade social studies. I sure don't. I had to Google it.
Also, that's in the Bible.
Or your Bible, if you're a Bible persons. Question 6. Who was the first person accused of witchcraft in the Crucible? That was Tituba. Question 6 was Tituba. Oh no. The gift showed up too early. You're going to hear a lot of that. Oh no. Anyway, the answer to question 7, the series, it was narrated by Rod Serling, was The Twilight Zone, which is one of my favorites. Oh man. So the reason why these GIFs are all messed up is because I made the presentation in Keynote, but I exported it to PowerPoint, and I guess I didn't go through it as clearly as I had thought I did because some of these are showing up too soon. But I can't use Keynote to present with this setup because if you were here last time, you would have seen me struggle with the presentation for a good 20 minutes before I finally started streaming. Or actually, I was streaming before I was doing trivia. So it was embarrassing to say the least. So I was like, I'll just make it in Keynote and export it to PowerPoint. But there are problems with that plan. So next time, maybe I'll finally be good at this. Anyway, question 8 was, what film won Best Picture at the Academy Awards in 1977? And the answer is Rocky. Question 9. What is the nearest major galaxy to the Milky Way? And that is Andromeda. Oh, that's Andromeda. There we go. Sure, we all recognize Andromeda from the computer backgrounds from the first laptop we ever got when we were like 17.
Yes.
Question 10. What was the name of the narrator of Moby Dick? Ishmael. Right there on the third word in the book. Question 11. What person's signature is on the moon twice? Again, we're looking for their last name. That person is Richard Nixon. There are these two plaques from the Apollo 11 and Apollo 17 missions, and Richard Nixon's signature is on both of them. So the answer is Nixon. And question 12. What does each of the first letter of the previous 11 answers spell? That's Bullet Train. Bullet Train, baby. That's us. That's we. We are the Bullet Train. Do we have these graded?
Hold on.
Okay.
We got some new teams.
Oh. So we're going to sit on here for a second. We're going to get a grade update. Second. I'm going to take this tie off because it's too hot. While we're sitting here waiting for the answers, I would like you to talk about, in the live chat, who is your favorite Spider-Man? Personally, my favorite Spider-Man is Miles Morales from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Because that movie is awesome.
Wait a minute. There's a terrible at trivia and a terrible at trivia shining buck.
See, they appear to be different teams.
You guess so? I think. They better continue.
Okay, so Dylan is saying that Andrew Garfield is the GOAT Spider-Man and he will hear no arguments, so I guess this conversation's over.
Tugboat. Wait, what?
Tugboat McGuire.
Tugboat.
Into the Spider-Verse was so good, I made my mom go see it with me on Christmas. Mom, sign off in the live chat if you liked it at all, because it was awesome. I saw that movie like 3 times in theaters. It was amazing. Neil, it's not stripping. It's just they got a lot of lights and it's hot in here. It's like 80 degrees out today. Bill Spiderman. My mom's official review of Into the Spider-Verse is that it was awesome, but not as good as Mamma Mia. Which
What is?
what is?
Okay.
Neil, I saw that. You delete your message, but I saw it.
Okay. So.
Kelsey, I agree. Miles Morales was the best Spider-Man, but John Mulaney's Spider-Pig was amazing.
It was Spider-Ham.
Spider-Ham, you're right. Spider-Pig was from the Simpsons movie. Also a clutch Spider-Man.
Some of the names weren't the same.
Okay. I love the people who are joining this trivia for the first time who don't know me and they're just hearing me joke about how much my mom loves Mamma Mia. But I think they can pick up on it. Hi, welcome to trivia. My mom loves Mamma Mia. So we've got this round graded. We're just inputting the scores into the next or into the score sheet so we can see where we all stand.
Because some of you kids don't know how to spell your name.
So yeah, keep talking about Spider-Man for a little while. Let's hear it. Spider those mans.
I think we're good.
Alrighty. So we got the scores in. Let's.
So do you want to reach like the top 5 or 10?
Yeah. So to save a little bit of time, I'm gonna go. Hold on. There's more stuff about Mamma Mia in the live chat, so it's distracting to me. Yeah. So we're just gonna do the top. Let's do the top 5 teams, or okay, some number. We have Fat Winston, Just Giver, and Racing Babies with 18 points. 6 Feet with the Hair and Golland Hurls with 19. General Pornwallace with 20, and Fart Bucket in the lead with 21. Is this a different team from that one?
This is a new.
But they're.
I had to re-add them.
Oh, okay.
Because they're super late.
Okay. Alrighty. So those are the leading teams. If you didn't hear your name, you're below that. For the most part, the scores are really tight. It's anyone's game. So let's keep going. Sorry about the delay there. But you're on to... Oh, I should have done on the halftime slide there. That's cool. Here we are. We're doing a sports category. So I hope you like and know about sports. Because it's too late to change the questions because we're halfway through trivia. So here we go. Question number 1. What sport did Kerry Walsh and Misty May Trainor dominate at the Summer Olympics from 2004 through 2012, winning 3 straight gold medals?
Sport.
All right. Question 1. What sport did Kerry Walsh and Misty May Trainor dominate at the Summer Olympics from 2004 through 2012, winning 3 straight gold medals? The question is, how specific do we have to be? Be as specific as possible, but yeah, can't help you more than that. Question 2. What international sporting event was held for the first time in 1991?
Mean text? Mean tweets?
I got a mean tweet. It was pointed out that Fat Winston has a question mark at the end, and I'm not pronouncing their team name correctly. So, apologies to Fat Winston.
Dr. Akira.
What international sporting event was held for the first time in 1991? Question 3. Renee Richards won a landmark case for trans rights in 1977 when the New York State Supreme Court upheld her right to compete in what sport? Question 3. Renee Richards won a landmark case for trans rights in 1977 when the New York State Supreme Court upheld her right to compete in what sport? Question 4. Which top-level U.S. pro sports league began play in 1997? Question 4. Which top-level U.S. pro sports league began play in 1997? Question 5. What sport was the first mixed-gender event at the Winter Olympics? Question 5. What sport was the first mixed-gender event at the Winter Olympics? Question 6. In 2019, what became the first Caribbean nation to qualify for the FIFA Women's World Cup? What became the first Caribbean nation to qualify for the FIFA Women's World Cup? Question 7. What is the name of the 1972 amendment to the Civil Rights Act that prohibits gender discrimination in schools? Question 7. What is the name of the 1972 amendment to the Civil Rights Act that prohibits gender discrimination in schools? Me too. I have also seen a sports once. Question 8. Who defeated 55-year-old Bobby Riggs in the 1973 Battle of the Sexes tennis match? I am looking down at my phone.
I know.
Damn millennials. Question 8. Who defeated 55-year-old Bobby Riggs in the 1973 Battle of the Sexes tennis match? Question 9. Which country was the first to win back-to-back FIFA Women's World Cups? Question 9. Which country was the first to win back-to-back FIFA Women's World Cups? Question 10. On July 30th, 2002, Lisa Leslie became the first player to do what in a WNBA game? On July 30th, 2002, Lisa Leslie became the first player to do what in a WNBA game? Question 11. At the 2018 Winter Olympics, what 17-year-old athlete became the youngest woman to ever win an Olympic snowboarding medal? At the 2018 Winter Olympics, what 17-year-old athlete became the youngest woman to ever win an Olympic snowboarding medal? Snowboarding is not an Olympic sport yet. And question 12. In 1967, Catherine Switzer became the first woman to run what event, the oldest continuously running of its kind, as an officially registered competitor? 1967, Catherine Switzer became the first woman to run what event as an officially registered competitor? And here is the recap for the sports round. Remember to please spell your team name exactly the same way every time when you submit your answers. It makes it a lot easier for us. If you are ready, you can submit your answers. I'll give you 1 minute from here to get them in.
Zero out of 12.
I admire the honesty.
Negative 1 out of 12.
Oh, I didn't give Fart Bucket a shout out for last round. Fart Bucket on the round 2 no theme got 12 out of 12. Yeah, that's the only 12 out of 12 thus far. Good job, Fart Bucket. And speaking of buckets of farts, submit your answers if you have not yet. Get them answers in. He's like, last year just call it to the part where I was doing this. And now it's going to be an endless cycle of me doing like this, because I'm going to keep going like this every time I see me in the live stream going like this.
Or you trying to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Can I get it? Can I get it? It was sitting there for 30 seconds. Do I need this?
And I poked this thing that's clearly like 10 feet away. Alrighty, get those answers in if you have not yet. Now is the time to hit submit. We're going to move on to the answers. We're missing just a couple of teams, so like I said, hit submit with whatever you've got right now. Need to move on to the answers. Alright, we got them all. I think we're missing like a few more, so hit submit. Now's the time. Yeah, let's see it. I'm looking it up. No.
Huh?
No. Alrighty. Let's go. Move 'em on. Submit them if you haven't already, because it's too late if you haven't. We're doing the answers. Question number 1. What sport did Kerry Walsh and Misty May Traynor dominate at the Summer Olympics from 2004 through 2012, winning 3 straight gold medals? And the answer is beach volleyball, but I will accept volleyball. So I assume, Kelsey, this is what you're asking. How specific do we need to be? So I didn't want to give anything away, but yeah, Beach volleyball, volleyball. Close enough. Question 2. What international sporting event was held for the first time in 1991? And the answer is the FIFA Women's World Cup. Yes. That's Eric's question. FIFA Women's World Cup. Question 3. Renee Richards won a landmark case for trans rights in 1977 when the New York State Supreme Court upheld her right to compete in what sport? Compete, not complete. I cannot talk. And the answer is tennis. Question 4. Which top-level U.S. pro sports league began play in 1997? That is the WNBA. Question 5. What sport was the first mixed-gender event at the Winter Olympics? And the answer is figure skating. Specifically, pairs figure skating. We did get a question of someone asking if ice dancing counted, but ice dancing did not count because ice dancing did not join the Winter Olympics until 1952. So I just got someone who texted me to say that FYI, the 1991 Women's World Cup was not FIFA. And I responded, I know. Turns out, so they were sponsored by M&M's. It was called the Women's World Championship for the M&M's Cup because FIFA didn't want anything to do with them because FIFA is, surprise, a big bunch of jerks. I was actually trying to find for that slide, just the FIFA Women's World Cup logo from 1991, and it does not exist on the internet in larger than like a 8x8 like bitmap image. So I chose all the logos. Question 6. In 2019, what became the first Caribbean nation to qualify for the FIFA Women's World Cup? And that is Jamaica. Here's the squad from that team. Question 7. The WNBA was founded in 1996, but they played their first game in 1997. So, question 7, what is the name of the 1972 amendment to the Civil Rights Act that prohibits gender discrimination in schools? It's Title IX. Also, the Patsy T. Mink Equal Opportunity in Education Act. If you got that one, then dang. Question 8. Who defeated 55-year-old Bobby Riggs in the 1973 Battle of the Sexes tennis match? That is Billie Jean King. Question number 9. Which country was the first to win back-to-back FIFA Women's World Cups? You recognize them? That's Germany, baby. Germany won in 2003 and in 2007.
Not a lot of Germans.
Hey, my Germans, sign out in the live chat. Where are my Germans at? Question 10. In July 30th, On July 30th, 2002, Lisa Leslie became the first player to do what in a WNBA game? And that is dunk. This photo's awesome.
Huh?
This photo's awesome.
Yeah, that's a good photo.
Question 11. At the 2018 Winter Olympics, what 17-year-old athlete became the youngest woman to ever win an Olympic snowboarding medal? Chloe Kim. Oh, it showed up at the same time. Chloe Kim is the answer to that one. Question 11 is Chloe Kim. And question 12. In 1967, Catherine Switzer became the first woman to run what event as an officially registered competitor? The answer is the Boston Marathon. It is the oldest continuously running event of its kind. You had to get Boston right to get points for this one. So in this photo, this is Catherine Switzer running. The man in the long pants with the black jacket on is, I believe he's the organizer of the event, who got all super mad that a woman was running his event. So he tried to forcibly remove her, and the guy pushing him out of the way is someone who's like, yeah, you don't do that, jerk. All right, so we're going to go over... Oopsie, I gave away the next round already, but that's okay. So we're going to go over the current scores right now, see where everyone's at, and then we're going to move on to our last round. While we do that, I would like you to discuss what is your favorite Nintendo 64 game in the live chat. Mine is Perfect Dark, because it's a spiritual sequel to GoldenEye, and it's even better, and there's aliens. So, my 3 favorite things: video games, old school Bond games, and aliens. I never owned Ocarina of Time, but my good friend Ross did, and I would just go to his house and sometimes just watch him play. Kirby Crystal Shards was dope, though. The question was, what is your favorite Nintendo 64 game? One time I asked this question to a group of people, and we ran around in a circle, and everyone's answer was, I didn't really play video games as a kid. So I was like, wow, I feel like a big jerk for asking that. Because no one had a good answer. Or like an answer. Beerio Kart. Lol.
What happened to these guys?
Mama Mario Brothers. Lol. Alrighty. Alright. So we've got the scores put in to the sheet. I'm going to do the top some number of teams. Alright, we've got Fun DJ, The Only One You Love, Shinkansen, and the away team, all with 23 points. Just Giver and Racing Babies, both with 24. Drac Aculas and Quarantine Steins and Seattle Quarantine Parade with 25. Fat Winston with 26. General Pornwallace with 27. Golland Hurls and 6 Feet with the Hair, both with 28. And Fart Bucket with 31. Oh, Star Wars Episode Run Racer. That game was so good. That was the only video game my dad would ever play with me. And I played it again recently, and it does not hold up.
Play it with the joystick on the computer.
Lol. I had that game for PC and for N64 because I liked it so much. Why did I need it for 2 different systems? There's no reason for that. No reason. All right. So here we go. We're going to do our final round. It's getting hot in here, though, so I'm going to take this shirt off. It's much better. All right. You all ready for music history? Our final round. This is the one that was chosen by. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Yes.
Hi, I like your Shrek shirt.
Thank you.
Shrek?
Also, where's my team? I don't know what
What?
team we are.
What's your team name?
It's Braid Dam and the McRae
Oh, man.
Friends.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go over all the teams because I'm getting a mean tweet in the form of a phone call. So I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna read out all the team names right now.
Great, thank you. Goodbye.
All right, so we got Peanut Butter Puppies with 8, Human Beams with 13. In second place with 16, Terrible at Trivia, Shia LaBeouf, and the Pacific Midwesterners also with 16. Pandemic at the Disco with 17, which is the second best team name. Save the Last Chance for Me and Terrible at Trivia with 19. There are 2 Terrible at Trivia team names. Natalie Portmanteau with 20. Braid Dam and McRage Rents with 21, along with COVID Murder Hornets, Fergie's Bitches, Much Ado About Butt Stuff, and Stone Cold Jane Austen. They all have 21. Team Mother's Day 2 has 23, along with Fun DJ, The Only One You Love, Shinkansen, and the Away Team.
You already went to these.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah.
I've already gone through those ones, so if you should know where you're at now.
Maybe they should be better if they
Yeah.
can hear the score.
Yeah, that's rude but true. But to go to the last round, I'd like to let everyone know where they're at. All right, so final round of trivia, music history. Let's get started. Question number 1. Sir Richard Starkey was a member of what world-famous band? The live chat's my favorite part of this. So if you're all on the live chat, it's gonna be nonsense to you. But question 1: Sir Richard Starkey was a member of what world famous band? Question 2: Who wrote and performed "Don't Worry, Be Happy," the first a cappella song to chart at number 1? Question 2: Who wrote and performed "Don't Worry, Be Happy," the first a cappella song to chart at number 1? Oh, I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but this category was chosen by the previous winners, 6 Feet with the Hair, who looks like they are participating again this week. So if you win, you get to pick a category, and it'll be probably the last one, but whenever I want it, because I make trivia. So it's not a triviaocracy, it's a triviatatorship. Triviatators. Question 2: Who wrote and performed "Don't Worry, Be Happy," the first a cappella song to chart at number 1? Question 3: Uptown Funk is a song featuring Bruno Mars by what artist?
Pretty sure. Well, that's all alright. It's like question 3.
You can't get 12 out of 12 without going 3 for 3. I mentioned this, but the last trivia, when people were doing 12 out of 12 in the chat, I was like, oh no, the question's too easy! Take it too literally. Question 3: Uptown Funk is a song featuring Bruno Mars by what artist? Question 4: Who wrote "Defense of Fort McHenry," the poem which later became the lyrics of the Star Spangled Banner? Question 4: Who wrote "Defense of Fort McHenry," the poem which later became the lyrics of the Star Spangled Banner? Question 5. The music video for what song was the first to reach 1 billion views on YouTube? Question 5. The music video for what song was the first to reach 1 billion views on YouTube? Question 6. Who was the Queen of Soul? Question 6. Who was the Queen of Soul? Question 7. Who sings the McDonald's I'm Lovin' It jingle?
I gotta go for some fries right now. Oh my gosh.
So McDonald's around us is done being under constructed.
Send out in the live chat if you love some fries right now.
Send out in the live chat if you love some fries right now. Where are my fries at?
Where my fry head's at.
Question 7. Who sings the McDonald's I'm Lovin' It jingle? Question 8. What was the name of Mozart's rival composer in the film Amadeus?
Boo. Somebody sounded off in the live.
I guess we don't got no fry heads.
Nobody likes
No.
fries here.
No fry heads in the live chat. What was the name? Question 8. What was the name of Mozart's rival composer in the film Amadeus? Question 9. The song Wagon Wheel was co-written by Ketch Secker of Old Crow Medicine Show and which famous musician? Question 9. The song Wagon Wheel was co-written by Ketch Secker of Old Crow Medicine Show and which famous musician? Question 10. Who was the first non-jazz or classical musician to win the Pulitzer Prize for music? Pulitzer Prize.
Pulitzer Prize.
Do you say Pulitzer?
I mean, that's the only way I've thought to say it.
I learned it as Pulitzer. And then when I was watching The Wire, they were like, Pulitzer. I was like, oh, people in different parts of the country say things differently.
Who'd have thunk?
Who would have thunk? And who was the first non-jazz or classical musician to win the Pulitzer Prize for music?
Oh.
Only 2 questions left in trivia. It's going
Going down.
It's going down. Question 11. Which one of Beethoven's symphonies goes like dun 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 dun?
You know the one.
You know, the one that's like dun 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 dun.
Lol.
Question 11. Which one of Beethoven's symphonies goes like dun 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 dun?
Dun, 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 dun.
Sound off in the live chat with your best dun 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 dun. And final question of trivia. Question 12. What musician was nicknamed Satchmo? Question 12. What musician was nicknamed Satchmo? All right. We have the recap round or slide here. Give you all 1 minute to get in your answers. I've been getting some answers already. Some teams are not confident in their chances.
Struggling.
But I admire the commitment to come all the way to the end of trivia. I really appreciate everyone who came. It's not over. It's not over quite yet. We are getting the answers, grading them, but yeah, finish them up. Oh. Oopsie, my bad, my bad. No.
Hershey.
Banana.
Banana.
Or banana.
Banana.
You know, when it's like dun 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 dun. You know the one. Been stuck in my head for like a week since I've been making these questions.
It's easy to do.
Alrighty, get them answers in if you haven't submitted them yet. I don't know. Smash that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, which occasionally has a video of trivia on it and nothing else. If we get like 4,000 likes, we can like embed live streams on our website. So we only need like 3,997 more.
Yeah.
So you should get you and your 3,000 closest friends to all like our channel.
Yeah.
How many are we waiting on? Waiting on about 10 more teams. So get them answers in if you have not yet gotten them answers in.
Shout out to our Seattle team, coalition,
Oh yeah. So yeah, shout out to the Seattle King County Coalition on Homelessness teams that are here. The two of their teams and a friend's team, which is really awesome. I'm really happy y'all could make it, and we're really happy to do this for you. Help support an organization that's doing awesome stuff. Like it's always necessary, but especially right now. Yeah. So like I said, if you haven't submitted your answers, send them in. I think we're missing 4 or 5 more teams. Send them in now. This is the deadline. We're going to move on to the answers. People are asking how much money was raised for the coalition this week. We don't know yet because we're accepting the money from like 3 different formats. But in the past, it was between $300 and $400. Actually, last time it was a little over $400. So yeah, we're hoping that we'll be raising as much or more for the coalition this week. So how many teams are there? There are, what's that, 27? 27 teams. So I think that's the highest turnout we had. Last week we had 26, or last time, so 2 weeks ago. But last time we had 26, this time we got 27. So this is the best turnout we've gotten. It's really awesome. So we're definitely optimistic that we're going to have a good fundraiser for the coalition. Again, I almost said at the end too, but thanks to everybody for coming. It looks like we've got all the answers in, so we're going to move on to the answers of this round. If you don't have them yet, just hit submit and we're going to move on. All right, got the answers for music history. Question 1. Sir Richard Starkey was a member of what world-famous band? And this is a photo of Sir Richard Starkey, also known as Ringo Starr. The answer is the Beatles. So I know someone in the thread was asking for some Ringo Starr questions. And, you got one of them. Question 2. Who wrote and performed Don't Worry, Be Happy, the first a cappella song to chart at number 1? And the answer to that one is Bobby McFerrin. Did we get any Bob Marley ones? Yeah. This was a bit of a trick question. I know a lot of people think it was Bob Marley. I gotta like all these responses, so. All right, question number 3. Uptown Funk is a song featuring Bruno Mars by what artist? The answer is Mark Ronson. Mark Ronson feat. Bruno Mars, Uptown Funk. Famous drummers named Ringo would be a very difficult category to make. Question number 4. Who wrote Defense of Fort McHenry, the poem which later became the lyrics of the Star-Spangled Banner? That's Francis Scott Key. Not F. Scott Fitzgerald, which I almost just said. Question number... Oh, man. The GIF is early. Snap. All right, the question for this one was what song... The music video for what song became the first to reach 1 billion views on YouTube? And the answer is Gangnam Style by Psy. It surpassed Justin Bieber's Baby and became the first one in December of 2012. Became the first one to reach 1 billion views. Eric's question. Question number 6. Who was the Queen of Soul? That was Aretha Franklin. Aretha Franklin was the Queen of Soul. Question 7. Who sings the McDonald's I'm Lovin' It jingle? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. It's Justin Timberlake. It was written by Pharrell Williams.
Some people put Pharrell Williams.
Pharrell Williams was a good guess. He wrote it, but Justin Timberlake sung it. Singing. He's probably singing it right now. I know I would be. Where are my fry heads out? Question 8. What was the name of Mozart's rival composer in the film Amadeus? The gifts didn't work out. It's a huge bummer.
Ugh, this is a bullcrap question.
No more gifts. The answer is Antonio Salieri. If you just got Salieri, that's fine. And remember, we don't count for spelling. So, oh man, I'm getting some mean tweets. Someone's mad that the answer wasn't Pharrell. Pharrell did not count. Pharrell wrote it. He didn't sing it. So no points for Pharrell. Only points for just Justin Timberlake. Let's get off this GIF. It's making me uncomfortable. Question 9. The song Wagon Wheel was co-written by Ketch Secker of Old Crow Medicine Show and which famous musician? The answer is Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan. Ketch Secker found an old cassette tape of Dylan demos from some small coffee shop recordings, and that half-finished song popped up or he found it on the cassette, and Ketch Secker was like, I like this song. I'm going to turn it into a #1 hit that will be covered by Darius Rucker. And question number 10. Who was the first non-jazz or classical musician to win the Pulitzer Prize for music? It's Kendrick Lamar. Question 11. What is the name of... The live chat's going off. Love it. No one's sounding off about Love and Fries, but they are talking about who sang the McDonald's jingle. I'm into nuggets, y'all.
Is that one?
I don't remember that one, but apparently my sister sang it. So, question 11 is what is the name of Beethoven's symphony that goes like dun 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 dun, and the answer is Beethoven's Fifth.
Ba, 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 ba.
You know the one. It's like bum 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 bum. Etc. 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 And question number 12. What musician was nicknamed Satchmo? And the answer is Louis Armstrong. So, yes, 5 counts if you put Beethoven, or just put 5, or
Yeah, I counted that.
like, yeah, that would count for Beethoven's Symphony. 4 would not count.
9th, definitely.
Ninth also doesn't count, even though it kind of rhymes.
It's the Ode to Joy one.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they kind of not dun 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 dun. That's not. You know the one. It's not the same. Shout out to my new fans in the live stream that are like, what have we gotten ourselves into? This gigantic weirdo. Alrighty. So we're tallying up the scores right now. We'll have everyone's scores in just a minute or two. So we're gonna hang out here and we're just gonna discuss what would be the worst possible cinematic universe that they could make next. Worst possible cinematic universe.
What was the one you said?
Air Bud.
No. The Angels in the Outfield.
Oh, the Angels in the Outfield cinematic universe. The standout question is, what would be the worst? The Chauncey cinematic universe. Harsh, Jake, but fair.
I would live in that one.
You all do live in the Chauncey cinematic universe.
McDonald's. Cats.
The Trolls 2 cinematic universe.
Trolls 2, no. Trolls 1, yes.
Zardoz. Shout out to my Zardoz heads. Where my Zardoz heads at? Mac and Me. They need to reboot that. Mac and Me is just it's prime for a reboot. It's a property people know.
Anna Kendrick Cinematic Universe.
My roommates are saying the Anna Kendrick cinematic universe. Miss Universe universe. I love it. Space Jam would be a great one.
Yeah, we're good.
Are we good? All right. Camp, did you go? Oh, hey. It's all right to camp. Are these sorted?
Yes.
They are indeed. All right. So we've got our winners now. But I'm loving these questions. This is the best one I've done so far. Like the answers to this one in the live chat are the best ones. All right. So actually, before I go over the winners, I'm just gonna say, again, thank you all so much for coming. I have a lot of fun putting these on. I'm really happy you all have fun coming and joining us. We do this for a good cause. We're putting half the money into this time the Seattle King County Coalition on Homelessness in solidarity with our unhoused and unstably housed neighbors. Also, half the money goes to Bullet Train. I know it's not really a necessary thing right now, but we are hoping that a season happens, and we do refuse to let people's lack of funds inhibit them from participating in our team. Travel gets really expensive. Fields in Seattle are really expensive. So the more we fundraise, the more we're able to have equity and accessibility on our team. So I'm being real genuine here, and everyone's just like, "Give me the kitty," but like, that's fair. So again, thank you all so much for coming. This has been a lot of fun, and we're gonna go with the winners right now. So I'm gonna just go bottom to top, with the team names and their scores. So we have Peanut Butter Puppies with 8. If you were on Peanut Butter Puppies, send me another. Fill out the form again with your names and addresses, and I'll mail you something. Human Beams with 18. The Pacific Midwesterners with 21. Terrible at Trivia, parentheses Shia LaBeouf with 23. In second place, and Terrible at Trivia with 24.
Oh.
And a guest appearance from my son.
He's my son.
My son. Where was I? Second place, and Terrible at Trivia. Both have 24. Much Ado About Butt Stuff, Pandemic at the Disco, and Save the Last Chance for Me with 25. I'm speaking basically directly into the cat, so I hope you can still hear me. Fergie's Bitches and Natalie Portmanteau with 27. COVID Murder Hornets with 29. Breakdam and McRage Rents with 30. Seattle Quarantine Parade and The Away Team with 31. Fat Winston with 32. Racing Babies, Shinkansen, and Stone Cold Jane Austen, all with 33. Drac Aculas with 34. Fun DJ, The Only One You Love with 35, along with General Porn Wallace, Just Giver, and Quarantine Steins. Those 4 teams all have 35. In third place, we have Golland Hurls with 38. In second place, with 40 points, we have 6 Feet with the Hair. And our winners with 42 points are Fart Bucket. Hear that, kitty? They're called Fart Bucket. All right, y'all. If you were on Fart Bucket, I think I know who you are, so you can just text me. Text me your addresses, and I'll send you something weird I have lying around my house. So, yeah, trivia's over now. I'm going to end the live stream in a minute, but again, let me say for the 1000th time, thank you all so much for coming. Obviously, this wouldn't be, like, a thing if people didn't show up to it, so... I'm just sitting here, like, not... This doesn't faze me at all, because he does this all the time. Bye, kitty! Alright, y'all. Yeah, remember to stay safe, wash your hands, donate blood if you feel comfortable doing that and you're eligible for doing that. And if you were on Fart Bucket, you get to choose a round for the next one, whenever that is. I'll be in touch with you. And you get to choose the category, and I'll make the questions. You don't get to tell me that you demand a real LOTR round, because it's my trivia. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good night. Stay safe out there.